Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 28 of my ongoing Let's Play Battle Brothers series. Now we've just hit day 69, that means 11 days until the final crisis begins, but we're still focused on finding one more undead stronghold, and I think the Tilted Stones here are a pretty good bet. We don't know what's in there, but hopefully it won't be anything too bad. Of course, it's more greenskins. It's a pretty decent amount of them, too. I think Bunny just took a poisoned arrow. We've already got wolf riders incoming. They're locking down our front line before we can reposition. Okay, I don't think this is too bad. At least the majority of the wolf riders are coming right at our front line, so we should be able to cut them down pretty quickly, assuming we can hit them. There we go. Though we do need to pick off some of these ambushers. Once I get an opening, I'll probably scoot a frontliner or two towards the ambushers. Nicely done. That's Alessandro taking out one of the riders. I guess it could be a lot worse. There's only 3 ambushers on the field, and 2 of them are actually at a lower elevation than most of our archers. We're also getting pretty old hat when it comes to taking down wolf riders. There goes another wolf. Nicely done, I got. And yeah, let's go ahead and start pushing up. We just need to make sure we keep our archers under cover where possible. Yeah, unfortunately, Dominic can't afford to abandon his current position. It would expose Alessandro and Wojtek. Ooh, Siren put that... There we go. And since we've got Dominic providing cover, Goon can step up and crush another wolf. You know, this is actually going pretty well. At this rate, we may be able to start advancing on those archers within another turn or two. Oof, I may have spoken too soon. Okay, Bunny just took 2 crippling wounds, a pierced hand and a pierced chest. We really need to pull her back, but... Okay. Yeah, we really need to pull her back, but I'm worried about these 2 wolf riders who are still flanking. The thing is, the second we move her back, those wolf riders are going to make a beeline for her. Alright, that's one less threat we have to worry about. So if we do pull Bunny back, we need to move an escort with her to keep the riders off of her. In fact, let's go ahead and start doing that. Wojtek will provide cover on the north till I can move a frontliner. Actually, let's move... Let's bring Baggins up to cover her on the south side. It's not perfect, but it should buy us a turn or two. When those wolf riders do come in, then we can quickly jump on them with other people. And we've got that skirmisher dancing around on our north line. Well, the sooner we can clear these 2 guys off our line, the sooner we can do something about the other wolf riders and hopefully those ambushers. So time to break out the war brand. I got slices open the goblin's neck and slashes open his leg. No kills, but not bad. With no archers to cover, Dominic jumps up to support Roderick. And Chiron will start falling back, I think, to cover Bunny. Rondis, on the other hand, is pure offense. I think he's going to move forward. And Goon. I was really hoping he'd crush that skirmisher. Alright, Woe. Let's start moving you to cover on the north, too. Alright, ambushers, what have you got for us? You're wiggling around a lot and taking some quick shots at Fox. Fortunately, Fox has a pretty solid range defense. And it looks like he just attracted the Wolf Rider on the south, so Baggins steps up and doles out a piercing chest wound. Okay, I think we've got this under control. It was not knowing exactly where these riders were going to go that was driving me crazy. But now that they're in position, it's a lot easier to handle them. We've already got one wolf down. Fox will pull out his long axe. No hit, but he's fine for the moment. Nice, there we go. Wojtek fells the skirmisher threatening him. Dominic fells the other skirmisher. That means our entire north line is now free to rush the ambushers. Though they'll likely retreat so fast that we won't be able to actually pin them down. And Igot uses that Warbrand to drop another Wolf and Rider. And he moves to support the south side. Chiron moves to support the south side as well. And I can see that last remaining rider's morale is beginning to waver. Hey, look at that. Rondis actually managed to catch up with one of the ambushers. Goon got another one too. Nice. Alright, Bunny. It's safe to keep moving you back. Okay, yeah, that turn went pretty well. Let's see what happens. Ambusher number 3 is just bailing. Ambusher 1 and 2 are fighting back in vain. Oof. Fox just took a pierced hand. He's still in it, though. Let's go ahead and rush everyone nearby down there to support the south end. We'll almost certainly take out this Wolf Rider this turn, though. In fact, there we go. Baggins takes out both the Wolf and the Rider. Just a shame about Fox and Bunny. They're going to be sidelined for a few days while they recover from those hand injuries. Now let's just mop up these ambushers. We'll probably let that third guy go. He's already pretty far away. But we'll slaughter the ones we've already got pinned down. Rondis drops one, takes a step after the third. Oh. And Janos slaughters the other one. Nicely done. Still so used to calling him Goon, it's going to take a while to accustom myself to his real name. And I think with dogs we could actually run this guy down, but what's the point? He's not going to drop anything we'd keep. We'll just let him go. Okay, no level ups. Got a couple of serious injuries to contend with, that's a shame. And it looks like a pretty even spread with MVP. Igot is tied with Rondis. They each have 3 kills. Good work. And, oh, hey, what do we have here? The Sellsword's plate armor. 351 armor points. Wow, that is hands down easily the best piece of armor we've seen so far. And it's our first legitimately obtained named item. Better late than never, I suppose. I will absolutely take that armor, but we're going to need to play a little inventory Tetris to fit some of this other loot in. So, we'll be right back. And welcome back. Unfortunately, we're running perilously low on supplies, so we're heading back towards Groninfest to sell some of this loot and get some more food and tools. But we stumbled across this overgrown hideout. it has thugs and poachers in it, so this is going to be one of the easiest fights we've had in a long while. But I figured it couldn't hurt to wipe these guys out real quick for the easy XP. Look at that. They actually managed to land a lucky hit on Dominic the Shield, our weakest member. And it still barely fazed him. Alright, let the slaughter commence. I'm putting my money on this fight lasting less than 5 minutes. Off to a good start. There's an arm and a chest wound on that pickaxe-wielding thug. And of course, they've left their archer line completely undefended. Henry moves up, plunges the standard through the gut of that approaching raider, who's wielding some sort of nunchucks. Good for him. And Roderick moves in. Takes out the armor on one of the thugs. Dominic moves up, fells the nunchuck-wielding thug. Kyron begins beelining for their archers. Potato puts an arrow through another thug's hand. Rondis joins Kyron in their reckless forward charge. And Janos moves up, breaking out the Great Hammer, with an instant fatality. Understandably, that thug wielding a stick standing next to the dead guy is rather shaken. Alessandro just punctured that archer's lung. Wojtek follows up by putting an arrow through the adjacent archer's thigh. And Vlad steps up, felling another thug. They're actually trying to fight back. That's adorable. Alessandro puts that one-lunged archer out of his misery. And Casimir moves in. He's unable to land a hit, but at least he's pinned down that thug. Mark drops another archer. Ooh, and a thug. Was quite the death gurgle there. And Vlad slaughters yet another thug. That just leaves us with 3 foes on the field. Dominic moves up, flanking the broken thug with Casimir. Kyron pins down the last archer, and Rondis steps up, drawing his greatsword and handily dispatching his foe. 2 brigands left, both broken. This fight's over. Not that that will stop Janos from brutally crushing skulls, of course. Alright, we just need to finish off this last archer and we're done. We've got the whole turn to move in and take him out, so let's see who gets the honors. But everyone's just far enough away that they can't actually get off an attack, of course. There we go. Kyron takes out his hat, then his armor. Rondis moves up and draws his dagger. Oops, okay, there we go. And there we go. That simple little nothing of a fight netted us 2 level ups. Rondis hits level 10, Dominic hits level 4. And no one gets MVP. The loot's pretty trivial. We could certainly use that food. The signet ring's worth a couple hundred gold. Not bad. Time for a little more inventory Tetris, and then on to Groninfest. And welcome to Groninfest. A nice bustling town with a lot of expensive mercenaries that I'd love to hire when I've got some more resources. Especially Alvar there, or maybe Kunold. Well, in order to hire guys like that, we're going to need to raise some more serious money. So I'm thinking we'll go ahead and grab a contract while we're here. Gronenfest seems peaceful enough, but something must be going wrong because a messenger comes to you with a notice from a local nobleman. And where there's riches, there's trouble. Duke Karl von Rabenholt's slouched posture and occasional groan tells a lot about how his day is going. He massages his temples before addressing you in a shaky voice. A greenskin horde is terrorizing and plundering the region around Weedmark. They spare no one or thing. Too many of my men are wandering the land. You are the people's last hope to stop these brutes. If they are allowed to go where they please, we may never find the time to rebuild. He slowly closes his eyes and sighs before continuing. They're greenskins. They leave tracks everywhere they go. Shouldn't be hard to find, right? Kill them all and avenge the good people of Weedmark. It's refreshing to meet a noble who actually cares about his subjects. 2,000 gold seems like a fair price. So I will accept your offer. Alright, we've got a job, but we are still going to keep an eye out for undead strongholds on our way over there. In fact, Weedmark's right around the corner, and we do have this little stronghold here. Though if I recall correctly, that's got goblins in it. We're already passing by it, so I'll take a quick detour, see if that outpost is worth raiding. But either way, it's time to fight some more goblins. And we're back. You didn't miss much. There was an event that triggered. Bunny and Wajtek got into an archery contest, but it was repeated text, so I didn't bother showcasing it. Now, I have decided we're going to knock over the Forgotten Homestead. It is indeed goblins, but it's just some goblin skirmishers, so this should be a nice, simple fight. After all, we need the practice slaughtering greenskins, and we can use all the easy XP we can get. With only 6 goblins on the field, this should be a cakewalk. No sense in waiting for them to come to us. Let's hit them with some arrows, then our front line will advance on them. There's a shoulder wound. And a chest wound, very nice. Mark fells the first of our goblin foes. Pole armors hold back, and actually, we've got a bit of an elevation advantage going on here. Let's hold defensive positions and wait for them to approach us. And of course, we'll keep softening them up with some arrows. Okay, round 2. Looks like the goblins have decided to hold back and throw things at us. I guess I should have seen that coming. Alright, fine. We'll advance. But first, more arrows. Alessandro misses a couple of shots. Baggins moves up and fells the closest skirmisher. Wajtek takes aim at the southern pikeman, drops him in one shot. And Mark aims for the other pikeman, but no hits. Rondis tears off the net, holds position. We'll hold back for a moment longer until the last of our archers go. And there we go, a nice crippling chest wound. And now we'll lock them down before they can start running away. Alright, we managed to lock all but one of them down. But they're using some... That pikeman just fancy footworked himself right into a pit. He's probably going to regret that in a second. Alright, our archers take down the last unattended skirmisher. Whoa, moves up, takes a shot but misses. Mark Richards can fire at that guy in the pit, I think. Yeah, there we go. He hits the pikeman in the pit, killing him in one shot. And now our frontliners can just swarm this last guy. We don't even need to get fancy here. Rondis moves up, carves the face off the goblin, and Chiron quickly finishes him off. Mark goes up a level. Congratulations. And it looks like he's tied for MVP with Wajtek as well. No significant loot. The signet ring's nice, I guess. And we've got plenty of room for once, so we'll just bag this all up and continue to weed mark. And welcome back. Apparently these goblins have heard of us because they're already moving to intercept us before we've even reached Weedmark. It actually doesn't look like that bad a group. It's ambushers, skirmishers, and wolf riders, but... Oh, there's a goblin shaman in there too. That's actually pretty obnoxious. We're already engaged, so let's get in there. But you're going to quickly see why I hate fighting goblin shamans. Like pretty much every other type of goblin, they are a huge pain. And things are already off to an annoying start. Reinhard just took a poisoned arrow. And here come the wolf riders. They're immediately engaging the north and south parts of our line. The skirmishers are moving up behind them. I'm sure they'll be bombarding us with nets and bolas in a second. And there's the shaman, raising up a cascade of brambles to pin down half our line. I've complained about skirmisher nets before, but they've got nothing on shamans. Get ready to watch him repeat that bramble spell every single turn, until we eventually put him down with a lucky arrow. In the meantime, though, we'll just pick our shots wherever we can find them. As always, it's annoying trying to get a clean shot at these greenskins. There we go, we've already got that southern wolf rider on the ropes. Our other frontliners will try to tear these vines off where possible. Like nets, those absolutely cripple our ranged and close combat defenses. Our archers can afford to ignore the brambles, but our frontliners need to take them off as quickly as possible. And Chiron dispatches our first wolf rider. Nicely done. Potato puts an arrow through another skirmisher's neck. Rondis says, tempted as he is to move up, we'll stay where he is. We need to keep our line sturdy. And I think we're pretty much done for the turn. Let's see what they do going into round 2. There's more arrows, of course. We've got 4 ambushers to contend with. And Reinhard just took another poisoned arrow. He's already looking a little beat up there. Oof, there's a third arrow as well. Alright, when we get the chance, we're going to need to see if we can tear those brambles off Reinhard and retreat him behind our lines. Though, of course, the flanking goblin rider is going to be a problem. The shaman moved up. Can we get a clean shot on him? Not yet, so we'll keep clearing the way. Alessandro drops a rider. Nicely done. And Wajtek. Wajtek plants an arrow into that flanking rider. Chiron's netted. We'll take care of that in a second. And you know what? Rondis may not be able to move forward, but he can still use his greatsword to hit that guy who's hanging back. Nicely done. Roderick handily dispatches the Wolfen Rider on our north side. And Oswald will hold position. Alright, Mark. I want to get these brambles off him, but for now he's better off spending his action points continuing to shoot down these goblins. Nice, there's a solid shoulder wound. Chiron throws off his net, a minor annoyance. Anyone who's still got action points to spare will put up shield walls. And we've still got some archers. No hits, though. Alright, I think we're pretty much done for the turn. Let's move into round 3 and see what they do this time. I'm guessing they'll be shooting more arrows at Reinhard. Ooh, okay, Mark took an arrow. And there's those shots at Reinhard I was waiting for. I really need to do something about those guys. Well, at least it looks like their last remaining Wolf Rider has reconsidered rushing our lines. I guess watching all of his compatriots get slaughtered put him off a bit. Okay. 2/3 of our lines are brambled, but their shaman just put himself in the open, so let's see if we can take advantage of that. There goes his ear. You know what? Let's go ahead and start pushing up. At this point, we need to roust the ambushers. It'd also be nice if we could pin down that shaman. We can kill him a lot faster in melee combat than we can with arrows. Speaking of which... Unfortunately, with that poison in him, Mark just can't really get any good shots off here. Alright, we'll bring Chiron up. He drops one skirmisher. Dings the armor on another. Now there's no way Janos will be able to catch up with those ambushers, so it's time for a risky move. We're going to unleash the dogs on them. Ooh, there we go. We managed to land another solid shoulder wound on that shaman. One more good hit will drop him. At this point, we're actually doing pretty well. We've still got that Wolf Rider on the south, but otherwise I think we're doing about as well as we can hope. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got the archers covered. And we will move into round 4. Alright, ambushers, what have you got for me? Oh, good. Suitably terrified by Janos' war dog, they appear to be fleeing. Though that Wolf Rider finally moved in. Fortunately, of all of the possible archers he could attack, Wojtek is the best suited for fending off melee attacks. Wojtek will switch off to his pike. No hit. But Baggins is ready with his dagger. Unfortunately, he can't get through the goblin's armor. Looks like the shaman's taking shelter behind that broken skirmisher. We'll catch up with him in a moment. In fact, we'll just mow down that skirmisher. Alright, Rondis. There we go. We've got the shaman pinned down. There's still 8 foes on the field, but at this point we've pretty much wrapped up the fight. 2 of them are broken. Their shaman's clearly trying to run. All 4 ambushers are retreating. So now it's just a matter of killing who we can before they actually get away. There's Chiron viciously doling out a pierced kidney. And our archers can finally start struggling with all those brambles they've been wrapped in for the majority of the fight. Alright, one of the skirmishers tries to run, gets held in place by the war dog, and then slaughtered by Reinhard. And the ambushers are continuing their fighting withdrawal. Yikes, and Jaeger... greedily chomps down another skirmisher. Alright, we've still got this wolf rider to deal with, so... there we go. Wojtek takes out the rider. And his wolf goes berserk. But Henry Baggins makes short work of the wolf. Alright, let's see if we can get some more people on this shaman. At this point, I think the ambushers are way too far away for us to catch. We'll start moving some of our men after the ambushers because I'm a little worried Jaeger will catch up with them. Ooh, there we go. Alright, Rondist makes short work of the shaman. And at this point, we're really just chasing down those 4 ambushers. I would just let them go, but I'm afraid that Jaeger will catch up with one of them, and they'd make pretty short work of him with their notched blades. So for now, we have to follow them. I will, however, go ahead and fast forward until something interesting happens. And there we go. Battle's over. The 4 ambushers finally retreated. And while we didn't pull any level ups, looks like Chiron got MVP. Congrats. As far as loot goes, nothing notable. But we'll take everything, dump it for a couple hundred gold, and... oh. You're not sure if it was a good thing your employer, Duke Karl von Rabenholt, wasn't entirely sure if there were goblins afoot. Had he known, would he have paid you less? The goblins sure seem ineffectual when you look at them, but goddamn do they know how to put up a fight. Regardless, it's time to take account of your company and return to your employer. Well said, narrator. Alright, I'll head to Weedmark, sell off this loot, and, next week we'll head back to Gronenfest to collect our pay. See you then. Hey, RetconRaider here. Well, it finally happened. We cracked open an enemy stronghold and found a delicious famed item inside. It would have been nice if this had happened a dozen episodes ago, but as always, I guess I can't really complain. I was becoming increasingly worried that we were going to end up with an item that we couldn't actually use, but a famed suit of plate mail? We can absolutely use that. We also managed to slaughter our way through 4 more fights today, mostly against goblins. And we faced our very first goblin shaman. That does give the troops some more valuable experience against the Green Menace, and they'll need it, because at this point we're just 10 more in-game days from seeing the greenskin hordes in full force. I guess we'd better make the most of what little time we have left to prepare. We're doing pretty well so far, but we really need more armor and experience if we want to survive the coming war. Next time, we'll obviously be picking back up in Gronenfest to collect our pay, but after that it's back to taking on more contracts, and knocking over one last undead stronghold, if we happen to find one. But for now, this is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, or the FanRun Wiki. Links are in the description.